K-1 Fiancé Visa Processing Timeline. This is Fred Wahl, the Visa Coach, and today's topic is how long does it take to get a K-1 Fiancé Visa? Knowing what to expect on how long it will take for your Fiancé Visa to go from submission of application through to USA arrival of your partner is very important for you to know. You need to know when you could expect your partner to arrive, as that determines when and where and how you'll get married, where you go on honeymoon, probably where you will live, and hundreds of other important details for a couple planning their future lives together to consider. You have to budget monies to pay for the visa, for travel, for the wedding and honeymoon. Maybe you need time to find a nicer place to live or to renovate your existing residence so your fiancé will feel happy and comfortable on arrival. A lot needs to be done, and you need to know how much time you have to do it all. I am Fred Wahl, the Visa Coach, and I work for you to prepare and craft your applications to submit to U.S. Immigration. And sometimes callers ask me, do I fill in the forms for them, or do they have to do it themselves? Well, of course, me and the Visa Coach staff prepare your application and guide you from start to finish when your foreign partner calls to say, hey, she or he is on the way. Now in this video, I'm going to break the timeline down into its different stages so you have a good idea how long each will take. And by adding all together, you can estimate how long the total process should take. So let's get started. How long does it take to get a K-1 Fiancé Visa? Now, two separate departments of the U.S. government, USCIS, which is United States Citizenship and Immigration Service, and the U.S. Department of State are going to handle your case one after the other. Now first, your application is mailed to USCIS to their lockbox in Dallas, Texas. Now this location is basically a mailroom sorting facility. Mailroom clerks in Dallas will decide which regional center to send your case to for processing. And the notice you receive after the case finally arrives at its final destination will confirm which center your case was assigned to, either California, District of Columbia, Missouri, Nebraska, Texas, or Vermont. Now, USCIS officers will carefully review your application, inspecting your documents and evidence to confirm eligibility. And during processing, the FBI will be tasked to conduct a criminal background check. Currently, in 2022, USCIS is taking, on average, 9 to 12 months to complete their review on a Fiancé Visa case. This general timing is slower than their optimum policy processing time by a few months. This delay is primarily due to COVID, which has reduced the number of USCIS workers and their efficiency. In addition, in 2021, once international travel increased, couples who had been waiting to meet did so. And then they immediately submitted their applications for immigration, and the combination of less efficient staff and larger caseload has led to these current delays. Now, most cases in USCIS will probably fall within the 9 to 11 months range. Some cases, well, may go faster, and some may take longer. How long your specific case will take is a function of the quality and completeness of your petition. That's why you hire me. How busy the processing center is, how up-to-date and empty your FBI file is, and finally, who is assigned to review your case. Some reviewers are quite professional and work efficiently, but unfortunately, not all work to the same fast standard. Common and avoidable sources of delay are caused by incorrectly filling in the forms and or not submitting required evidence. When USCIS comes across such faulty applications, processing grinds to a halt. And sometimes errors are so blatant that the reviewer, well, doesn't even bother offering a chance to fix the problem. Instead, simply denies the case outright. Now, once USCIS finishes their review, USCIS issues a notice approving the case for the next 4 months. The validity time is intentionally made so short to encourage sincere applicants to move their cases forward as quickly as possible. Now next, your case is passed on to the U.S. Department of State. And the Department of State has a processing center in New Hampshire called the National Visa Center, or NVC. Now for a Fiancé visa, NVC's involvement, well, is relatively short. NVC reviews the case, Well, just long enough to identify which consulate should be assigned for the interview and visa issuance, and then sends the case file via diplomatic pouch to that American consulate responsible to interview your fiancé. Now, under normal circumstances, the fiancé visa case is only at NVC for a month or less. But what can affect how long a case remains at NVC is basically what is happening at the destination consulate. If the consulate is all caught up and ready to interview new fiancé visa cases, the time spent at NVC is very short. However, if the consulate has a backlog, then typically the case will remain at NVC, in essence warehoused there, until the consulate is ready to schedule more interviews. Now, under COVID, many consulates were temporarily closed. And even today, many have not quite yet reopened or have only partially reopened. Now, after the delay caused at USCIS, well, availability of interview time slots at the consulate will now have the further biggest effect on your timeline and create possible additional delays to get your visa. For example, the Philippines has had very rigid quarantines for the past 2 years, and currently there is about a full year's worth of Philippines cases currently waiting at NVC for their turn to be sent to Manila. Now, once your case has left NVC, a week later it should arrive at the consulate. The case's details are entered into the consulate's database, and within a few weeks, the consulate should contact your fiancé, advising, well, that the consulate is ready for your interview. Now, some consulates are busier and more efficient, and or work faster than others. In the Philippines, when there is no COVID-related backlog, the process there is normally very efficient and fast. Normally, after arrival, it only takes about 2 to 3 months to get the interview. By comparison, Vietnam and China typically take twice as long under normal circumstances to get an interview date. The approval-denial decision is made during the interview. Then it takes about 2 more weeks to print the visa and return it and passport to your fiancé. Now, to summarize the different stages, the recent timeline breaks down as follows: about 9 to 11 months at USCIS, about a half a month at NVC, and probably 2 to 3 months at the consulate interview stage. Around 11 to 15 months total. If in 2022 you anticipate your case to take roughly a year, you probably won't be too far off. And sorry, but no one has control or can speed up how long the U.S. government will take to process your case. The only control that you or VisaCoach has is over the quality and strength of your application. Fast or slow processing, a well-prepared, front-loaded application consistently leads to visa approval. This was Fred Wahl, the VisaCoach, and I'm here to personally guide you on this journey. Now, please like or add your comments to this video, and click here to sign up for our monthly newsletter and receive bonus eBooks. Here for YouTube's recommendation. Here for the full playlist of recent videos on fiancé visas, and here to subscribe to the VisaCoach channel.